Hey girls, so I've been having a pretty good week this week. I've had a little bit more energy. I'm starting to, not be so nervous about the MRI, and thank you to everybody that has really given me support with that. You'd think it was a surgery because of how nervous I am about it, but I'm kind of preparing myself for it, and I was actually going to get it done on Tuesday, but I canceled it I requested the bigger MRI machine, which is, I guess, wider around, for claustrophobic people like myself. So hopefully that will help me a little bit better. That, and I'm going to have my husband sit with me, and I'm just going to have to do it because I need to get these results. Let's see. Shannon, thank you for explaining how your MRI experience is. So when I looked it up online, actually, I saw the helmet thing you were talking about, and at first it freaked me out. Well, some are smaller than others, but the one I keep seeing with the machine I'm going to be in is not so tight fitting, it looks like. But I'm definitely going to be giving it a try, so well, not a try, I have to do it, but let's see. Kylie, you were asking us about if we think we have a secondary condition with our POTS, and my doctors think I do for right now. That's why I'm getting all these tests done, because I got diagnosed in October, so it's been quite a few months, and the process is still taking this long. I'm still not on a real treatment yet, so hopefully they'll be able to figure it out fairly fast, because I don't think I can go through this much longer. But playing the guessing game on what they think I have. At first they thought I had Fabry's disease, and I think they ruled that out, the nephrologist did, and now I'm not sure what they're thinking. I think they think I have my brain didn't develop properly, or I have memory loss, so I don't know what that would have to really do with POTS. But the brain fog is pretty bad, but I forget things more so, I think, just because I don't know. I'm gonna be getting a memory test done in another week or so, but we'll see how that turns out. I don't think POTS is by itself. I definitely think I have a secondary condition because I have other symptoms that aren't really matching up with POTS itself. They're playing with it around with the idea. I'm going to bring up EDS, though I don't know if that's totally an issue with me, but I am going to be bringing up Sjogren's. I can't even say that properly. But my husband and I think I really might have that, but we're not sure. So, Gwen, I'm so happy to hear that you're doing well this week, and Sydney's doing a lot better. I know when my kitty had gotten really sick, I had him for 12 years, he had heart failure, and to watch him go through that was torture. And he actually got treated at the clinic I worked at, and it was so hard going into work and having to bring him in with me. Let's see, and I think I have already said stuff to you guys. I was trying to think for a second. Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys and the viewers, basically my question is, how long were you sick before you got diagnosed with POTS? Have you been sick since a child, and how has it really impacted your life as far as school, work, just growing up over the years, how it's impacted you? What is your worst symptom it's kind of a three-part question. What's your worst symptom that has affected you your whole life? prior to getting diagnosed with POTS. So for me, basically, I've been sick since I was a child. You know, my parents actually brought me to the same doctor my whole life, and he never did anything. Basically the same thing he kept saying my whole life was anxiety. And as I got older, finally when I turned 18 and I moved with my husband, I took care of that. I changed doctors, and I am where I am today, but it was a long battle, and I would have to say my worst symptom growing up by far had been the intestinal issues that I have had. I have controlled them over my life with over-the-counter medication, but as far as it goes, that's one thing that hasn't changed my whole life is the intestinal issues. As I got older, I had the tachycardia, and I had the shortness of breath and asthma, and symptoms just kept kind of building up and getting worse, and I think doctors just thought I was really insane, and everybody thought I was a hypochondriac. But, I was my own detective, and I went online and I Googled stuff, and I basically figured out by watching videos what I had, and that's how they came to a diagnosis this past year, because my symptoms just got so bad that I guess it was bound to be figured out one way or another, because I definitely think I've had it for more than 10 years. And it's sad because a lot of children right now are possibly scared and alone and going through this by themselves. And if there's any children watching right now, like any kids, let us know how you're feeling, because it is scary. When I was a kid, I felt very alone and everything, and I know my parents were very annoyed with me, and they didn't know who to believe, so they just believed the doctor, who wasn't even a pediatrician, because I do believe kids all the way up until they're, I think it's 18, should be seeing a pediatrician. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, viewers. You guys have helped me so much, and I am so excited about this trip. It's going to be a really long trip, and I have concerns because it's a 14-and-a-half-hour drive for us, but I'm going to push through it because I really want to meet you guys, and maybe someday you guys can come to Florida, because I won't ever step foot on a plane, like I said before. And even if it has to be a 2-day trip there and back, but we're excited, and I think it'll be a lot of fun that, all of us in a big house, we're going to get lots of pictures, so, but so far, I think, the week has been going really good, and tomorrow is my MRI test, so wish me luck. I'm kind of somewhat over the nervous phase, so I've been pretty stressed just because of all the tests and everything, but, I have my test on Monday for my sweat test, and that wasn't as bad as I thought. I mean, it was in some cases. So they hook these things up to your arms and your legs, and it's like little electrode patches, and it feels about like an ant bite or a light bee sting for about 5 minutes, but over the 5 minutes it doesn't hurt as bad. And and then they have you breathe into this tube, and it measures your heart rate and your blood pressure, and they have a little cuff on your finger that kind of like takes your blood pressure. And that part was kind of hard because it makes you really, really dizzy, but once it's over with, it's not that bad. Then they do like a tilt table test for about 10 minutes, which isn't as bad for me as the 45-minute tilt. I don't usually pass out, but it does make you really dizzy. After that, it's about over with. It's like a 2-hour test. It's an autonomic test or something. So I recommend you guys get that done, because I think it's supposed to tell a lot, like if you have neuropathy, or if you, I don't know if it can, I think it might be able to find out if you have Sjorren's or something, so hopefully I'll get some answers. But I hope you guys all have a great week. So far, it sounds like everybody's doing really great, and I'll let you know next week how everything went. Bye.